It's that time of the year again. It's that time of the year that most of you hyenas fiend for. It's Halloween season, which means it's peak television season. Classic movies, classic television episodes, AMC up the wazoo, freeform airing Hocus Pocus 75 times a week. We're back. We're so back. Says a lot about the decline of the horror genre and sitcoms over the years, excluding Hereditary and Abbott Elementary. But I don't mind having a month of nostalgia slop. Down the line, I'll probably make a video on my top 5 or 10 horror movies of all time. Probably 5 because I'm too much of a little bitch. Nevertheless, I thought it was a good idea to make a video on some of the best Halloween episodes of television shows. Because when you think about it, some of the most iconic episodes of certain television shows are usually Halloween themed. I talked about this briefly on a video essay I made last year. It seems like networks, showrunners, or whatever you want to call them, the suits, if you will, they kind of took, because I don't know what's happening on TV these days, more risks when it came to Halloween episodes. It was like the one time where they allowed a bit more creative freedom, and in my opinion, it paid off. Now, when it comes to the list I created, my criteria a bit different. I know almost all iconic Halloween episodes are from sitcoms, so they're obviously going to lean into the comedy more, but I'm looking for ones that are type creepy. Ones that have a bit more juice. Cause there were some I watched as a kid that had me shook, and when I rewatched them recently, I was like, whoa, I'm still kind of shook. That's how you know it's a decent half an hour of television, or 20-ish minutes with commercials. If you watch it all this time later and it still has an effect on you. And shout out to most Halloween specials. A lot of them are top tier and really good watches, even if they're not on the list. I had a lot of fun diving back into shows I haven't seen in a while. Just a heads up, I've only selected 4 episodes, not 5, I'm afraid. I know, but look, I've watched a bunch of new shit and rewatched a bunch of old shit, and only these 4 have stuck with me. You want me to lie to you and add shit to the list just so it can be 5 or 10? And sacrifice the integrity of this channel? No shot. We're almost at 1,000 subs, by the way, guys. I need y'all to come up clutch and pull up. Please, bro, please. I'm so tired. Alright, give me the fucking list. Starting off hot with one of Family Matters' finest episodes, Stevel. On a stormy Halloween night, Steve brings home a ventriloquist dummy that looks just like him. The family doesn't vibe with it. Steve goes up to his room, distressed that the voice he does for the dummy sucks, and goes to sleep. Lightning strikes the dummy from the window of Steve and Eddie's room, which brings it to life. From that point on, the dummy, or Stevel, terrorizes the Winslows one by one as Steve tries to stop it. Awesome television here. I think anything that includes ventriloquist dummies or dolls coming to life is automatically creepy, so already a plus there. Richard Carell, who does the voice of Stevel, absolutely nails it here. Bro, every time Stevel spoke, I got chills. Like, shit was insanely disturbing. I think the music in this episode is top notch, really added to the scare factor of it all. Few standout scenes. Stevel taking control of Carl was actually frightening to watch. Shout out to Reginald VelJohnson's acting there, and when Stevel's parts assembled back together after Steve took him apart, my god, man. I was looking around the room for a bit, not gonna lie. Fantastic Halloween episode here, actual spooky shit, GG Family Matters. Alright, so in terms of horror vibes, or whatever you want to call it, this episode has the least of that, but I'm going to put that aside for this one because Hex and the Single Guy is amazing. Fresh Prince is the best sitcom ever, and it was in peak form here. Hillary arranges a seance with a psychic in order to communicate with her now deceased fiancé, and the family decides to accompany her. Will makes a mockery of the whole thing, which insults the psychic, leading him to place a hex on the entire Banks family. This results in everyone, including Jeffrey, experiencing some form of bad luck throughout the rest of the episode. Masterclass in comedy here. Carlton dressing up as Macaulay Culkin is just brilliant. I think the whole family being involved is another key strength. It's not just centered primarily on one character. The ending with Will waking up and realizing he's in a time loop was also a nice touch too. Thankfully it wasn't the usual, it was all a dream trope, which was the case with Stevel. The thing is with most of these sitcom Halloween episodes, they don't end up being as funny as they intend to be in my opinion, but Hex and the Single Guy, as well as all Fresh Prince of Bel Air episodes, actually had me laughing. As always, another gem from this legendary show, no surprise. Did a video essay on this one, just saying, link in the bio. Anyway, what more can be said about this one? To anyone who grew up in that era of Disney, you know the Sweet Life, Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place era. Ghost of Sweet 613 is one of the most memorable Disney Channel episodes ever. I won't spend too much time on the summary here, because if you haven't seen this yet, you're basically a criminal. Zack and Cody learn about the lore of Irene and Sweet 613 and decide to spend the night there after making a bet with one another. London, Maddie, and Esteban join them, and a bunch of shenanigans occur throughout the night. I mean, we're talking about the Breaking Bad Ozymandias version of kids programming here. The story of what happened to Irene is wild for Disney standards when you think about it. The portrait of her moving, glass shattering, and the iconic seance scene. Like, come on, man. Earlier in the vid, I talked about the risks that shows took back then. It felt like Sweet Life took a risk here by going above and beyond what is expected from a Disney Channel show and created something that gave you legitimate goosebumps. The risk led to a timeless piece of art that is now part of the cultural zeitgeist and not just Disney canon, which is a massive accomplishment in itself. When this boy meets world. The crown jewel of Halloween episodes. This has been and forever will be #1 on my list. That claim hasn't changed ever since I saw it for the first time, and I don't think it ever will in all honesty. It is Boy Meets World's magnum opus, it is a staple of Halloween season, and is just overall excellent television. Corey, Sean, Topanga, Angela, and a classmate named Kenny are all given detention from Feeney after a spat occurs in the classroom. During detention, Feeney leaves and the group finds out they're locked in. The map shoots up and the chalkboard says no one gets out alive. Later, Jack and Eric join them, then a mysterious figure shuts off the lights, and when they turn back on, it's revealed that Kenny is killed and so is Feeney thereafter. So the group tries to make it out alive with the killer after them. The episode parodies a lot of 90s slasher films and also includes a lot of handheld camera shots, so it uses a lot of aspects we're accustomed to from horror films. They even got Jennifer Love Hewitt for this episode. It's hilarious, it's suspenseful, and it's actually scary as fuck. I can't believe how much they got away with making this. Like, they used to air this on Disney Channel back then. Every time the janitor showed up, it felt mad uneasy. Kenny with a pencil through his skull was crazy. And the John Adams tune playing with Feeney just showing up out of nowhere, then falling down, revealing that he got stabbed with scissors. That shit still gets me nervous to this day. I'm sorry, but I don't think anything beats this episode in terms of Halloween specials. It's just too elite, man. It continues to hold the crown and I don't see anything else taking it. That's the list. Halloween on television, baby. Nothing like it. If you still have cable, there's literally something to watch every day this month. And they handle the dirty work too, like they just air the Halloween episodes, as opposed to streaming where I have to do dumb work and find the episode myself. Whatever. Kind of makes me sad because everything is from past movies and shows, and is there like anything notable being made today? Let me know in the comments because I'm behind. Let me know some of your favorite Halloween episodes. Let me know some of your favorite DCOM horror movies too. Always a good time rewatching shit like Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire and Phantom of the Megaplex. Hope you guys enjoyed this vid, and yeah, happy Halloween. Peace.